Yo, like I've been doing so much freaking like behind the scenes stuff um that y'all don't even see. Like just from, the way, hold on, let me see. Let me make sure I'm in the middle of the jump, but like just the way my whole setup is, to the transitions, to the lower thirds. Like every week we chopping up like one thing, getting closer and closer to that. Like, there's not even an end goal. It's just like steady progression of like where we trying to go, bruh. And it's got me hype. Now it's more like I'm trying to master the tools that I have now, right? So just getting the timing down for that transition y'all just saw, right, was crazy. You know what I'm saying? It took a couple times and a couple streams. And yeah, and it's crazy because like, yesterday is the usual day we do the podcast, but internet being out like the whole day, so I kind of just like I didn't chill because I made a lot of stuff yesterday, but like by the time I was ready to stream, I was like, nah, I can't. I'm already knocked out. Like I swear, bro. Like at least like my sleep schedule changes or fluctuates, like twice every month, right? Either I'm waking up super early and going to bed early, or I'm waking up super late but staying up like throughout the day. It's weird, bro. It's weird, but that's besides the point, man. Welcome back to the Why I'm Geek show, man. This is episode 31. I'm super excited. Got a lot of stuff that I want to talk to y'all about today, not including, these fire transitions, these fires, like just levels, bro. We leveling up, baby. You know what I'm saying? There's no title for today's episode, like off the bat. You know what I'm saying? And the days that there's not a title, I kind of like those days. Just because, like, it kind of frees up the conversation. It's cool to figure out, like, what the title's going to be by the end of the podcast. You know what I'm saying? But, it's another week, bro. Another week in the books. And, yeah, we not stopping. So, if y'all haven't already, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're listening to this on YouTube or you're listening to this on all the audio platforms, subscribe to the podcast, rate the podcast 5 stars. You know what I'm saying? It really helps out with the algorithm and sharing this with people and, getting the pod out there. So I appreciate y'all, man. And without further ado, let's get into the news. Alright, y'all. So, first things first, man. This is something that came out, like, pretty much, like, right after, or at least I saw it being confirmed right after I did the podcast last week. And that is Black Canary, bro. So, Black Canary is getting its own movie. Alright, so if you guys haven't seen Birds of Prey, Black Canary is played by Jurnee Smollett, one of the GOATs, like the OGs, you know what I'm saying? Black women in the industry, right? And now a lot of people are pushing for them to start having their own movies, like having more solo dolo movies, especially with the Birds of Prey movie that came out. And this movie is supposed to star, Jurnee Smollett as Black Canary, and then we're supposed to also get, well, maybe not supposed to, but they're looking to add Huntress in the mix as well. So that would be super dope. It's going to be on HBO Max, so like that's one of the things that I feel like having like a streaming deal or like a platform deal is really good for, these bigger entities like Marvel and DC Comics and stuff like that, because if you start with and already have a plan for certain movies to be heavily like theater based, for box office tickets and stuff, and then some that's like just built for streaming. Then there's no discrepancies when the numbers come back. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta lay it out first. And they said this is like a HBO thing, so that'll be dope. I'm super excited to see that. And yeah, that was like the first thing that I saw after the podcast. Next up, man. Next up, we got these Gamescons. Like, there's been, over the last week, there's been a whole bunch of trailers that are released, talking about new games and games that we've already been pretty much looking forward to, that either got delayed from this year, dropping this year, to dropping early next year. So some games that I'm super excited for to play is Horizon Zero, or I'm about to say Horizon Zero Dawn, but Horizon Forbidden West. That's going to be dropping February. February is going to be a dope month because we're going to get that, and then we're also going to get Sifu. You know what I'm saying? Sifu is like a mixed martial art game. It's like basically, the more and more you have to fight, like the more and more you lose, whatever, the older you get, I believe. But your skills stay the same, and it's just like a beat 'em up type game. Like like you could just see your progression as you go along, and it just has looks like it has a lot of replayability. And I just want to become an expert, and I just love freaking, like, not necessarily just fighting games, but games that really have a good gameplay loop. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm attracted to in these games. So both of those games are going to be releasing in February. And then we also got 2K finally gave us some gameplay, like in a trailer, this week, with that game coming out within like the next week or so. So that was cool to see. They've been like really releasing gameplay and stuff later and later, like right before the game usually drops, just because of all the common backlash that the 2K community dishes out after 2K reveals anything. So like, no matter what, a lot of times people aren't going to be happy until they get the actual game. You know what I'm saying? So it's tough, especially for coming from me, like, because I like to be excited about stuff. You know what I'm saying? I like to be excited about the games that I play. And for me, coming from like the 2K community, it always like was disheartening going into a game and already having that feeling like, dang, the story's going to be trash. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully it's just a second go around on next gen. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got a basis of what people want to see. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we get a good game, but that has yet to be seen, bro. So next up we got Shang-Chi is dropping this week. So hopefully I will get to see that joint before, like, I'm gonna try to go see that joint like the day of, so Thursday. I'm gonna try to catch one of those days, because I'm not gonna be here this weekend. You know what I'm saying? So I still want to be able to have the video drop, the review drop on Monday. So be on the lookout for that. You know what I'm saying, for Shang-Chi. But I'm super excited for this movie. There's a lot of hype around this, saying this is like the best like mixed martial arts / like Marvel movie that we've seen so far, and at least this year. Like, could be movie of the year or something like that. I don't know, with the Spider-Man trailer dropping last week. I don't know, just based off a hype factor. But I'm super excited for that. I'm super excited to learn about Shang-Chi and then the Mandarin as well, because based on how they translate what happened in Iron Man 3, that'll be really cool. The last thing that I got on here, bro, is it's a pretty serious topic, right? So a lot of people have been getting hate rated, right? And there's a lot of people of color on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? I haven't experienced this, but I have been followed by like the bots and stuff like that. which is one of the reasons why I haven't been too pressed about streaming recently. Not because I'm scared to stream or anything, but just because that's just, we shouldn't have to worry about that. So there's gonna be a day off Twitch, literally the day that this comes out. So tomorrow, there's gonna be a day off of Twitch, and it's gonna be trying to bring awareness, and take a stance and really like demand for change, and so I won't be streaming on Wednesday, probably be back Thursday, might not, I can't be sure. Like, the next stream for sure will probably be a podcast, but I can't call it because I'll probably like I said, I'll probably be trying to work on the video for that. But like, it's still something like I haven't talked about on the podcast yet, but it's a real thing, because that shouldn't be tolerated, like, on the platform. I know it's like, from what I've been seeing, it's pretty much like a thing that like they can't really stop, like they could stop if they want to put the money into it, but like certain aspects of these hate rates, it's like you can't really do too much about, but it's that's what we're doing, so yeah, that's pretty much it for the news for this week. Let's get into the weekly recap. Alright, y'all, so let's get back to nah, I don't want to start like that, but alright, man, so this week we had a lot of doozies, bro. We had a lot of freaking doozies. They was throwing haymakers this weekend, man. Especially in the anime world. At least for me. Some things, have been out there, and I'm just only now experiencing, just because I just finished some of these shows. But let's start off with Tokyo Revengers, bro. Tokyo Revengers is one of those shows that I have been watching and super hyped for every single week. Every week they got something new for me to just be like taken back by. This week being Baji's sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know any 15, 16-year-old that is basically like, he was already pretty much done for, but like taking his own life in his own hands to save somebody else from the guilt that just being there, man. It's like, I don't know anybody that's doing this out here. But nonetheless, bro, this show is freaking crazy. From the nuclear kicks that Mikey has, and just like unrivaled strength, bro. To do all the stuff that he's doing, to seeing Baji not only get stabbed, but that adrenaline rushing through him to just fight through like 30 people. You know what I'm saying? Just to reach oh boy, what's his name? Karaku or something like that. I forgot his name. I forgot how to say it. I can see him though, the youngin with the tiger tattoo. Like, that's crazy, bro. That's super wild. And I don't know where they can go from here, bro, because it's certain aspects of the show where it loses, like, not the main premise, but like the past is so much more cooler than the present. Like, you kind of forget that this show is all about time travel. You know what I'm saying? And, well, it's not all about time travel, but that's an aspect of the show, So, I'm excited to see, like, where they go from here, knowing what they know, and seeing how Takemichi is going to be able to convince everybody to do what they needs to do, which is get rid of Kasaki. Like, I don't know how they do it, because Kasaki it seems like he knows that Takemichi is from the future, but he doesn't really know. And they find out somehow throughout like throughout the time that they're in, the actual present, and they keep getting taken out. Like, it's crazy, bruh. I don't understand it. But that episode was freaking crazy, bruh. And I like it. I like the show a lot. Let me know in the comment section what you guys thought of the episode. Next up, we got Black Clover, bro. Breaking up Black Clover. I finally finished it. And I'm upset because this is probably like the meanest cliffhanger since Hunter x Hunter. And Hunter x Hunter is even, getting a, I guess, reboot to the anime to finish things off soon. Like maybe within the next year, I don't know. But at least there's talks about it. Black Clover is radio silence, bro. It's radio silence, and I don't appreciate that, because you can't have this good of a show and then end it with the meanest cliffhanger with, Asta finally befriending his freaking devil, and now we have to just sit here and hold that, bro. Like, dang, like they just like we don't even like. There's so much potential between how much he can grow in such a short amount of time, and then you reintroduce the elves and all this stuff. We're gonna get another training arc that only lasts 3 days, and then we're gonna go fight all the freaking Spade Kingdom. And bro, like, they just gave us so much info, from the plan to meeting the vice captain of the Black Bulls to understanding this like world tree thing, or like not even a world tree, it's like a devil tree, but it's like a bridge and it's a door. And I'm just like, bro, like, why you do this? Why you do this? You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna do this, you should have ended it the season before. Like, let us leave out on a win. Right now, we're not winning. We're not winning, bruh. And I got this, like, thanks for reminding me, Chris, bro. Like, I have a running theory right now that Black Clover might be better than Naruto, bruh. Now, and it's only a theory, and it's not set in stone, because we never got to see the ending. You know what I'm saying? Like, we never got to see the ending of Black Clover, so we'll never know. But it was on its way. You know what I'm saying? And I can give you some of the reasons why I feel like this. Because there's certain moments, within Black Clover that is very reminiscent of things that happened in Naruto Shippuden. And that could be because the same people behind Naruto Shippuden is behind this, and from animation standpoint and stuff like that. Like, I don't know if the writer is the same. I doubt that, but I could be wrong. I don't know all the details, but from what I know, the same people that made Naruto Shippuden is the same people that made Black Clover. And I really feel like some of the moments, like, so they have a Black Zetsu moment in Black Clover, which is, if you don't know what Black Zetsu is, it's like something from Naruto that basically, it was like a little, like, I don't even know what you would call it, bruh, but it was like this little blob thing that has been waiting and manipulating people throughout, like, time, bruh, from the time that he was created to the time that he was able to bring his master back, right? And like, it's been here manipulating people, telling them what they want to hear and all that. And I feel, what's good, King? I feel that Black Clover had a better one. I had a better Black Zetsu moment with the first devil that they fought in the previous like arc, right? And I might be tripping, but that's how I feel.
What's going on, team? I know you guys are enjoying the video right now, but I want to let you guys know that not only are we making videos like this every day, Monday through Friday here on YouTube, but we're streaming on Twitch. We're having these conversations. I want to see you guys in the chat so we can talk about all this stuff live, man. We got a dope community over there, and I would love you guys to join. So check out the Twitch stream, twitch.tv/Ginato Sensei. Link is in the description. Yeah, and I'll see y'all in the chat. Back to the video.
If we're looking at it from like show to show, I feel like I get more like I feel like I get way more with a lot less in Black Clover than Naruto, because Naruto is a whole lot of filler. Like if you cut Naruto down to like maybe like a third less of what it was, you know, it would be even crazier, right? But there's a lot of filler within Shippuden that has nothing to do with the main story. You know what I'm saying? But Black Clover cut all the fat. Like every episode pretty much meant something. I can count on maybe 2 episodes out of all like 170 that were kind of like throwaway episodes. You know what I'm saying? And where like you could say Black Clover like lacked in emotion, it made up for it with hype. Like there's the villains and the animations and stuff are so cool, and just the development of all the characters. Like none of the characters basically get like lost for the most part. There's a lot of elements. I'm gonna do a whole video on this, and I won't spend this whole podcast on it. But you know, if we just looking at it like from show to show, like Naruto versus Black Clover, like Naruto is more emotion, right? You get more emotional about Naruto because of the deaths and like the moments that meant so much to us because we spent so much time with it. You know what I'm saying? From Jiraiya to Neji, you know, to freaking Minato, to like to Itachi. Like there's just a lot of influential characters that like touches a part for us like that, you know, from an emotional standpoint where we all felt like those characters. But Black Clover is just freaking hype, bro. It's hype, and it's all about surpassing your limits, and I rocks with that. So it's like two different levels, but they're really high levels. And I feel like on any given good day, you know, they might be able to match up. But at this point, I can't really confirm that Black Clover is better because we haven't got the ending yet. But that's my theory, bro. That's how I'm feeling after finishing it. I'm still going to do my review. Y'all will hear more about that in a separate video. But for my recap this week, that's all I got for Black Clover, man. Let's get into my hero, bro, or my villain, because that's what it was this week, bro. We got another episode of covering the villains, but this episode was mainly focused on, you know, them fighting this militia rebellion army that has been growing within the shadows of society. And it was dope, bro. It was dope. We got some different highlights, not just Shigaraki or Dabi, but Shawty Doo-Wop, I forgot her name, the girl that can transform into other people using her blood and drinking her blood. Like, we got a heavy episode on her, and we all know that Twice is in love with her and stuff like that. But, you know, we got to learn her psyche along with a lot of how, you know, this army feels. We learned a lot about them and how they were created and why they were created. So that was super dope, because this adds a third element to what's been going on between the heroes and the villains. Now you have like somewhat of a neutral party where they're not really rocking with either side, because both sides have flaws, and they're kind of like the balance between those, you know, like those different extremes, because none of them really have super crazy quirks where they can literally be heroes, but they've all like worked their butt off and um had so much discipline and grinding in their craft that makes them strong as a group. And I thought that was really cool to see. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the villains ain't going. Like, they ain't going sweet. At first, it looked like they was about to go out sweet, but, you know, what it looks like now and what's going to happen in the next episode, it's going to be super dope, bro. It's going to be super dope. And they also go into, a little bit of Kasaki's like past and some of the mirrors he does have of his grandma, which is like one of the one for all or all one, yeah, one for no, all for one, or I forgot that term, but Deku's power, right? And she was one of them for that, so it was cool to see that. And then also saw how it transitioned from that to his time with All for One. So we're getting the influence and just learning about how he was brought up, and just to seeing the extent of his powers. Like, everybody's getting a power boost because now, like, he can spread his decay without even touching people, which was crazy to see. You know what I'm saying? So that was dope. But that this battle was sweet, bro. I can't even fake. This battle was sweet. Next up, let's switch it up a little bit. I started watching Blade, bro. That was like one of the shows that, or not even a show, but one of the movies that are rotating off of HBO Max. I haven't seen none of them, and I freaking love it, bro. I love Blade. Now I like the world that they can created. It's cool, like, to see like the throwback animations and what used to be looked at as like super crazy technology. Looking back at it now, it's crazy. And then hearing all of the old sound effects and punches and just like what a gun sound like, and it's a crazy thing compared to like how things are done now. I think that was really dope to see. And I'm gonna watch the rest of them. I didn't realize it was 3. Like, I feel like I knew, but I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I also didn't know how dope Blade was, because we're getting another one from like the MCU. So I was like, man, I need to watch the rest of them, and I'm gonna keep giving you guys my thoughts and opinions on it as we go. But overall, I like the movie a lot. You know what I'm saying? I like the movie a lot. Next up, I got Jason Todd, bro. Red Hood Titans, bro. We got his origin story finally. The episode was great, bro. The episode was great. And we got another one dropping this week, bro. This is the first time I have seen Red Hood's story really shown, like, in a very like thoughtful way, right? Because in the beginning of the season, we just see like what happened. Like, we saw like the actual action of like when he died, right? But a lot of us, that know Jason Todd's story, we knew it was gonna happen. But I never really saw it happen like from my own eyes. It's just been like a thing that you just know that happens within the comics and stuff like that, and we haven't really seen it animated or in real like life acted or whatever. So that was a cool thing to see, because not only did we see like the premise of like why he became Red Hood, but we also like saw remnants of like how traumatic what he went through with Slade and being dropped off that building was to him, bro. Because he was already feeling like, being Robin's the only thing I'm really good at, right? And now you're taking this away from me because I'm scared and I'm, afraid to die, which should be like quote unquote a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, to not necessarily like succumb to fear, but to understand it, right? Whereas uh, for Batman, he just uses fear as a tool and a weapon. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he's like flipping psyches, but it's still all the same thing. But now he's just working with a bad guy in Scarecrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess from the jump, as soon as I saw the lab that Jason had, once I saw like the little yellow like remnants, I was like, oh, that's Scarecrow. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know that like that's what happened to him. Like that's what he was using as like a you know non-fearful thing. Like I didn't know he was trying to not be scared. Like that was the whole goal of he wanted to be brave. I think his suit is dope. I think that like Jason Todd is like as a character in this show is probably like one of the more dynamic ones, just because of how like hot and cold he can be. You know what I'm saying? One moment like he's like just a really good dude. The next moment he ready to take your head off. And I like the duality in that because that's the true, bipolarness of Jason Todd, and what he's gone through. So that was really dope, man. And then we also got some more HBO stuff. So this is more like reality competition type of stuff that I usually don't talk about on my channel. But since it's like my weekly recap, so I just want to let you guys know that I've watched this stuff, right? And stuff that I think you guys should go check out. So starting off with The Hype, bro. It was a streetwear brand competition. Featuring like one of the judges as Offset, and then two really cool like women designers as well. I don't remember the name and I don't want to butcher their name, but you know what I'm saying, it was a really cool show. It was very inspiring, very creative, and I think it's like one of my favorite shows, like competition shows, from like a creative standpoint that I have seen, because we haven't really seen like a streetwear specific competition before. Like we've seen a lot of competitions, but never like a streetwear competition. And The Hype is like a really dope one because not only does it allow you to show off your brand and stuff like that, but it challenges you as a designer. I got a whole new respect for streetwear clothing because for me, I always thought it was just like mainly about like the graphic, you know what I'm saying, and the message that you're sending. But this show was mainly about skill with the sewing machine, bro. Like, that's who lasted throughout the competition. The people that really knew how to sew and really understood their brand and their messaging, right? And it was just a really cool show. I won't spoil who won, but I think you guys should check it out. It's not a super long show, you know what I'm saying? You can knock it out in like a weekend. But I really liked it. And I didn't expect this to come out of nowhere. So hopefully there's a season 2. There's plenty of brands out there that deserve the spotlight, bro. Because it's like streetwear is such a niche thing still to this point. That there's a lot of amazing people out there. And shout out to everybody that was on this show. And yeah, the next show is it's like another reality show, but it's not necessarily scripted, but a lot of these interactions and episodes feel that way, and I guess that's like reality TV aspect of it. But it's one of Issa Rae's newest projects. It's called Sweet Life, right? And last week was the second week of episodes. I think they're releasing 3 every time, which is really cool to me because it's like one is never really enough, especially like with these type of shows. And them cliffhangers be super mean on this joint too. So Sweet Life is just like basically a reality show following young entrepreneurs, young black entrepreneurs in California, in Hollywood, that are either already doing amazing things, on their way to doing amazing things, or in the process of doing amazing things. And it's a really inspiring show to watch. Even though it's like real, like I don't want to say low level type of entertainment, but it's still your average, reality show. It's just not the huge mega stars that we're used to seeing, right? Um, but it's real relatable to millennials. That's who it's made for, and it's just really cool, bro. It's really cool. I like it a lot. And I can really appreciate, because this is something we ain't never seen before. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've seen music industries, we've seen athletes and stuff like that, but this is the first time like real people are getting the look. That's not just, oh, let's go party, let's go do this. Like, nah, like we're seeing like black excellence on the main stage, bro. That's why I rock with HBO, bro. It's dope. But that's pretty much it for my weekly recap, man. Let's get into the filler arc for this week. Alright, y'all. So, I only got a couple things left on here, but it could kind of like go on for a little bit. But first things first, man. Destiny has launched crossplay, and from what it looks like, I haven't played it myself, but from what it looks like, everybody's really enjoying it, along with the new season that has dropped, and it's leading up to the new expansion coming up. I don't know the actual date. For some reason I feel like it's next year. I don't know though. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But it's got me really hyped to just like get back into the game, bro, because Destiny's one of the games I always come back to, right? And now being able to just play with my friends, no matter if they're on PC or their PlayStation or Xbox, is cool. It's cool to me. And now, with being a part of Masenko, it's just like I can run with a whole lot of more people. Like, it's crazy. And I just think that's super dope. You guys will see some Destiny streams soon. But right now we're playing some Ghosts, man. Playing through the director's cut of Ghosts, and then next month we got Kenna. So anytime we're not playing those two games, we'll probably be playing a lot of Destiny and randomly 2K, because 2K is about to come out too. So I'm gonna be playing that, but I'll be probably playing that just on my own time, honestly. Y'all might not see that until like my dude is like super tough, and it's just like a random stream and I just feel like playing the game. But what I'm saying, crossplay is dope. What I'm saying. And then the next thing I want to talk about is starting some new shows. So after finishing Black Clover, like it's not a super long show. It's no One Piece, right? But there's always that like lull period, and this is like the first time I'm not really feeling that. Maybe because it's still fresh on my mind, but I decided to start a new show, and it's called like Running with the Wind. And I think it's just because it's not such a super heavy show. It's something that I've been meaning to watch for a long time, that got recommended to me a long time ago, that I never watched, but I've been meaning to. And with all the suggestions that y'all give me on a regular basis, like, this is one that I have still on my list that I just need to get out the way first. So I'm watching that. And then I got a couple more that's on my radar. But, it's rough, man. It's rough. Like, not having that staple joint that you used to watching all the time, because it's over, bro. It's over. I won't get into that. I won't get any more into it that I already have. But the last thing, I wanted to talk about is just like what I talked about in the beginning of the podcast, which is After Effects and all the stuff that I've been doing behind the scenes, bro. So, your boy has been putting in work, bro. Honestly, like, and it's showing, and I'm waiting for it to start paying off. because, you know, creating a show, especially a live show, is probably like one of the hardest forms of entertainment that you can do, right? Because even this podcast, like, there's post-production, right? But the live aspect of it is not that. You know what I'm saying? It's live. Everything that you see is happening in real time. There's no delay on the stream or anything. So applying certain things to the stream and to just the overall viewing experience is very important. And I'm finally starting to actually get into that, especially on the YouTube side. But, you know, I've added, you know, a GIF, something that will bring more life to my Twitter. And, you know, even the intro to the stream now. Like, I have an animated starting soon screen now. Like, there's certain things that I'm doing that I wasn't doing before. I'm pretty much doing everything but streaming. Like, that's how I be feeling sometimes, because the amount of time and effort I put in outside of just playing the game or talking and doing the podcast is crazy. And I'm realizing that's what's like gonna end up setting me apart. But at the end of the day, I still got to stream to do that, you know. I don't want to be just creating this great show and not performing at the same time, because that's a whole other aspect in itself. Like, the more reps that I get in, you know, putting on a show and working on my transitions, the better and better the stream is going to get, the better and better each show is going to get. Because, you know, even when I do my live reaction shows, like, there's a lot of moments where I'm like, dang, I want to go live right now, but I'm working on something that if I don't do this right now, then it's not gonna get done in time for a video or something like that. Like, or like, I could go live right now, or I could look up this After Effects thing that's gonna make my stream look even better, or my YouTube videos even better. Like, it's a balance. You know what I'm saying? It's like a balance between two good things. But it's hard sometimes because, like, the designer part in me, the creative part in me, just be wanting sometimes to just focus on, like, the back end stuff. Like, even, you know, trying to create 3 to 5 pieces of content every day outside of, like, the main piece of content that I have for that day being the video or the podcast, is difficult. It's difficult coming to new ideas. That's why I try to come up with templates that I can use to continue to kind of just, like, always be there. Like, you're always seeing something from me. That's how I want it to be, you know? Like, when people ask me all the time, like, not even all the time, but, like, when they do ask me, like, yo, like, you remember that video that you made that you was talking about this or that? I'd be like, huh? I be trying to think, because I make so much stuff, but I also need to have moments where it's just me developing all of these shows and continuing to make it even better than it already is. Like, and that's another reason why, like, I've added the creative screen to this, because I want to start sharing this stuff with y'all as well and getting y'all opinions on it while I'm doing it. But that's all still, like, in the works and stuff that I've been working on, that adding to my repertoire of stuff. But at the same time, like, I gotta still get over the, like, starting soon, or not even starting soon, but start, like, hitting go live. Like, that's still a thing to me, because you don't know who's gonna show up that day. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a crazy dynamic to that. Like, I don't know, it's wild. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. That's all I really got. I still don't have a title for this episode, but it's all good. I'm gonna figure it out, man. But I appreciate y'all for coming through on the stream once again, man. I need some water. I'm thirsty, and my throat hurts, but, you know, it's all good. don't even know why I said that. But I appreciate y'all for listening. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you're here live on Twitch, we do this every Monday. If we got Wi-Fi, for the most part. Every Monday, bro. Live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Ginato Sensei. If you guys want to join in and be a part of the conversation. And then we also upload this on Wednesdays to all your favorite streaming platforms and also YouTube for the video version. So if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, rate the podcast 5 stars. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I appreciate y'all. Without further ado, I'm gonna head up out of here. Y'all know the vibes. Always keep growing. See going. It's been your boy G. I'm gone. Peace.
Dang, I know they like that video, bro. That's crazy. I can't wait to see the comment. Whoa, what are you still doing here? Well, since you're here, you might as well hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, because if you didn't, what are we really here for? If you're still here at this point, you probably still want to know and talk more about it. So come through on the Twitch stream, man. Twitch.tv/Ginato Sensei. I want to see you in the chat. Let me know you came from YouTube and we could talk about today's video. Discuss anime, movies, films. Y'all already know what it is, bro. Wait, that's still not it? Oh, I know what it is. You was wondering about this drip right here. Well, you can check that out on IG, Growth Apparel. That's Growth Apparel, GRWTH. It's on the screen right now. So go copy you a tee, man. I'm gonna see y'all in chat. I'm gonna see y'all in these comments. I appreciate y'all once again. Y'all already know I rocks with you, bro. I'm out of here. You still here? Ah, y'all gang.